Hey everybody, Chris here. X money is coming. And what are the latest with Elon Musk and the X platform? And what about Dogecoin? Is Dogecoin going to be part of X money? We're going to talk about all of that in this video. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel, hit that little notification bell too. You can be notified when my new videos come out, as well as when I do live streams. And I get it, I sense the frustration, like everybody wants Elon to get this going, but it looks like going through all of the articles that there's a lot going on behind the scenes, and it's not as easy as we think to get X money launched. So let's get into it. Let me show you the latest news. Now on this channel, I've covered a lot about Elon Musk over the years, his involvement with Dogecoin, and sort of stepping back, which could all be because of legal woes, being sued over manipulating the price of Dogecoin and all of that. But when the whole idea of X money started as a payment processor on X, used to be Twitter, we all know Elon used to run PayPal, so he understands money, and he understands that also because he's got a big Tesla gigafactory in Shanghai. He had spent a lot of time in China, and I'm guessing that he got exposed to the WeChat app, the Chinese everything app, which includes using the app for payments. So he's familiar with it, and as he's expanded Twitter into X and X continues to grow, he's got this idea about X being an everything app as well. But we'll go back in history first about Elon Musk and Dogecoin, because there has been this connection from all the way back to 2019 when he was the quote like CEO of Dogecoin, and he's had fun with that, and I get that. And a lot of people from there is just thinking that Elon Musk has just been playing with us. But I think there's other stuff going on here between Dogecoin, Elon Musk, tweets, company decisions, sheer cultural gravity. Does Elon Musk own any Dogecoin? And what is and what is he talking about with all these little hints about Doge? And what's going to happen with X money? So Elon Musk has repeatedly stated that he holds Bitcoin, and he holds ETH, and he holds Dogecoin. And he's also clarified he doesn't own other things like SHIB, which was kind of funny when he said that. But yeah, he says that's it. And he's said in multiple times too that he's never really sold any either. There's a lot of Reddit threads talking about Musk and Dogecoin, and of course he doesn't operate Dogecoin, right? He's not. He doesn't work on the Dogecoin code. He's far too busy doing all this X money stuff and everything else involved with X as well. So the idea of pumping the market, I mean, back in 2021, right? Elon had all kinds of tweets like Dogecoin is the people's crypto, and he was having a lot of fun with it. The price was pumping. Was he purposely manipulating it or just having some fun? I kind of think the latter, as we've gone through it. But yes, there has been legal scrutiny. There was a lawsuit that alleged that Musk intentionally used his influence to raise and drop the price of Doge. And I get that, right? Some people are going to read that and say, yep, he's just pumping and dumping Dogecoin to make more money. He doesn't need any more money. He's the richest person in the world, and he's not spending his time trying to pump the price of Dogecoin despite all of you guys wanting your bags or your Doge bags to grow, right? That's not what this is about. So from there, X money. So after buying Twitter and converting it into X.com, which he had owned years ago, which turned into PayPal, so people are already like, oh, Elon's going to like have Dogecoin all over Twitter or X. And that's coming. It's coming. So as of January 2025, right, Elon Musk's social media company X announced it secured Visa as its partner for its upcoming digital payment service, X Money. We covered that back in January, making the most tangible step yet for creating the everything app. Though Musk's company will enter a crowded field, right? PayPal has Venmo, and there's all these other payment processors. So how big this thing gets, we will see. And some people, and we talked about this, right? Is it about Visa? And is Visa really like, do we really want Visa, which is all about fiat, and Visa's going to like take some percentage of everything, and Visa's going to make a lot of money? Maybe. But it also might just be a way for money to get transferred onto the app through Visa. And that may be all the partnership is. And once the money is on X and people are transferring money around, maybe Visa isn't part of all of that. So that all remains to be seen, how that's all going to work out. But if X Money is going to charge instant transfer fees, we'll see. Cash App and Venmo take a cut of instant transfers to financial institutions. So we're going to see how all of that plays out. But that was what we had back in January. And from there, Linda Yaccarino, now former CEO of X, right, was talking about money transmitter licenses. And we were following that as X continued to get money transmitter licenses, which is needed in order to be a banking app. And the latest on that, there's the site, right, NMLS, Consumer Access site, and this is the latest, X Payments, LLC, and there's a list of 41 states here. So this is where they are now at 41. Why aren't they getting more sooner? Well, that's a sticky situation, particularly with the state of New York, that accuses Elon and X of all of these other things. We'll get to some of that in just a minute. But there is a list here, and it is at 41 because people are asking, what's the latest? So there is the list here. We continue. Elon Musk's X Money to launch this year. Beta testing begins. So this was in May, right? Beta testing is what we found out, that Elon Musk's vision of transforming X into an all-encompassing everything app is materializing, right, with the beta launch of X Money. So that is what's happening. And everyone was excited, right? X is launching X Money soon. Linda Yaccarino had said back in January, it's going to be in 2025, and Elon has repeated that as well. So we're now middle of November, right? It's coming, right? We still say it's coming. But Elon also says, with the beta testing, this initial testing phase would have very limited access and would ensure extreme care. Again, this is the big thing, right? Anytime you're dealing with money, right, the scammer's going to be out there, right? And they're going to find any little nook or cranny, crack that they can get in and exploit a platform to steal money, because that's just how money works. And Elon knows that from PayPal. So he's got to make sure like everything is secure, and that no one's going to be stealing people's money on X. That's the biggest thing. It has to be secure. What does that mean now? Well, X Money coming soon. Elon Musk confirms beta rollout with limited access, promises extreme care. And what would we expect? What do we expect for X Money on the platform? And again, there's Elon saying limited access, extreme care must be taken. And what are the global implications? So most likely it's going to just start out in the United States first, fiat only, right? Not Dogecoin. Because once you get international, right, you're going to have to deal with like exchange rates and different currencies and all of that. And PayPal went through the same thing, right? It just started out in the United States. Gradually, it's turning more global, but this is, right, another step in Musk's long-term ambition to integrate social media, finance, and communication services under a single umbrella, and that is the all-everything app X that he continues to build. Of course, he's spending a lot more time with XAI and Grok and all of that artificial intelligence side as he's increasing his company's role in everything AI. We also covered this back in June as this guy, Trench Diver, got into the back-end client-side code of X Money. And he found out other things. There's going to be an X Money card. There's going to be no cryptocurrency support yet that he could see, but he could see that could be a feature that could be added later. There's an option to send money to other X users or request money, payment methods, ACH, AFT, OCT, transfers, selfie verification, KYC. Yeah, got to have KYC to use it, right? Bills can be paid. The amount will be held under the name X Money LLC. So all of that information is there. And Elon even stated that he sees X Money being like a replacement of a bank, where you won't even have to have a bank account. You could do everything here. That's his grand ambition that he has for it. Meanwhile, what's happening with New York regulators and what's happening here with how, I mean, he just withdrew his request for a license in New York, mostly because of these anti-money laundering claims. Of course, I know where that's coming from. Elizabeth Warren, right? In bed with the banks, and it's like totally against crypto and also against Elon Musk as well. And that because of the New York regulators saying this, X doesn't have enough staff to ensure compliance with stringent money laundering and anti-terrorism financing guidelines. Another problem stems from the fact that Musk doesn't want to set up secure sign-in mechanisms such as separate logins, two-factor authentication. Well, he may need to do that. So regulators think that these features are necessary to prevent fraud and abuse. So all of that is building. At the same time, because of the slowdown and how long this is taking, there are reports of high staff turnover, making it unlikely that the service will be able to launch soon. So this was back in September, this article here. And Musk, right, focusing on other areas, right? The Grok AI, like all of this XAI stuff, all Grok Imagine, like all these AI videos and all. I mean, he's spending so much time on that stuff. We don't know what's happening here, right? Advertising strategy continues and all of that. So a lot going on X. But here, Elon says X just rolled out the entirely new communication stack. So there's no more X message. It's now chat. Right? Everything is under chat now. It's not messages, it's chat. And that is how WeChat works as well, because you can even make phone calls and video calls without having to know someone's phone number. All you need is their X address, right? And then you can talk to them directly. That's coming. That is coming. But he also said X Money comes out soon. And X Money comes out soon. He said that on November 13th. So that was just 2 days ago from when I'm recording this video. So, Chandler says, if X Money doesn't support Doge, I'm not interested. Well, that's just a stupid thing to say, Chandler. Sorry. Right? It's difficult enough to get it launched just with fiat. Give it time. Of course, Elon then is giving us hints, right? There's this whole thread going on with, AI, Grok Imagine, like making these little videos. And that started with Doge Norway, just making this with a Shiba Inu dog, right? Walking down this little alley. And then there's all these people making these different versions of this using Grok Imagine, right? You can take one little thing and then you can edit it and make all different kind of videos. And Elon made his own with a Doge playing a banjo, right? He doesn't have to do this stuff, but he does. We also have greatly improved audio coming along with 15-second videos coming next week. And he's reposting this video, which basically is Elon sort of giving the news, right? It's all AI. But what does he say? Let's listen.
Subsequent country, Dogecoin to the moon.
I mean, it's Dogecoin to the moon, right? Now, it's not real. It's AI. But why is Elon reposting this as opposed to anything else he could repost? Is it another hint? Dogecoin. Dogecoin to the moon. Now, we remember back in 2022, right? Elon bought Twitter and then for Halloween posted his dog Floki. And there was a big increase in the price, right, of Doge. It right? Doge went on this big run. It was like it was up like 11 or 12%, like in a matter of minutes. Because of this, that's how Dogecoin used to respond to Elon tweets. And of course, I miss the It's All Risky account, but back in 2022, It's All Risky posted, remember, right, the Dogecoin standard taking over the global financial system. So all of that idea is still out there. But Elon also, posted in December 2024 a Christmas card with the dogs. But look what his dog Floki is wearing here. Well, it's Dogecoins, right? There are Dogecoins on this vest that his dog is wearing. See, he doesn't have to do this, but he does, right? And we remember St. Patrick's Day, right? The St. Patrick's Day card, innocent enough, there's his dogs, awesome. But when you zoom in, those coins, these coins, they're Dogecoins. These are Dogecoins on the deck here. That is clearly a Dogecoin. Right? He doesn't have to do this stuff, but he does. And most recently, CB Doge, no highs, no lows, only Doge, right? Doge Designer just keeps posting all his pro Dogecoin stuff. And we know Elon follows CB Doge, reposts a lot of CB's posts. Of course, CB does a lot of stuff all about X and XAI and all that stuff too. And he's even gone to San Francisco and has met Elon, and because he's a big fan, but he's also got a really big account, and and he's got a good sense of humor, and Elon appreciates that, just like he likes Billy Marcus, the co-creator of Dogecoin, because of Billy's sense of humor as well. But this CB Doge post was SpaceX is going to put a literal Dogecoin on the literal moon. This is back from April 1st, 2021. This is what Elon had posted. Elon responds, "It's time." So, and we know from the president of Geometric that they're still interested in doing the Doge 1 rocket, or project with Elon and SpaceX. And we think 2026 is when that's going to happen. That's not a dead thing yet. And Elon's saying it's time. That's kind of a big deal. So X money coming, right? We don't know when yet, but the beta testing, right? All of that up to date. Elon's still involved with Dogecoin. Now, Doge Meme Girl says, hey, will Dogecoin be in X money on day one? Maybe, maybe not. I say not. I don't think so. I think these money transmitter licenses that he has are all for fiat. I think there's Rhode Island and maybe another one. It's a more encompassing thing that includes digital transactions, if I recall. But it's going to launch, and there's not going to be Dogecoin. Everyone's going to be upset. There's no Dogecoin. And I've continually said, that's okay. It can come later. And Doge Meme Girl says, look, that's not the main point. The bigger picture is that Elon is a huge Doge supporter, and he generally believes it's better money than Bitcoin. Whether Dogecoin is in X money on day one or not, it's pretty much guaranteed to show up eventually. It's definitely part of the plan. I mean, the CEO of X is literally a Doge. And that's referring to Elon's Shiba Inu pup, Floki. So that's all. That is all coming. So what does this mean for X money? We wait, right? It's coming. I'm not selling Dogecoin. I'm not giving up on. And am I relying on Elon for everything? Doge? No. But why would you give up on something that clearly is coming very soon? And we know how the Dogecoin price has accelerated when there's big news related to Elon and Doge. And even if it's just the launch of X money and Dogecoin isn't part of it yet, that could be enough to pump the price of Dogecoin. Some because people will be buying Dogecoin in anticipation of what's next. We've seen that in Dogecoin's history. That's how it works. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think about X money, Elon Musk, etc., etc., etc. Give the video a like if you haven't already. Please subscribe to my channel. I appreciate the support. We'll see you next time.